It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
From the Cougar Den on the campus of Montgomery High School, we welcome you to the Central Jersey Group 4 quarterfinals here on WBCB, where today's matchup features the last three winners of this tournament as the number 6 seed Trenton Tornadoes get set to do battle with the 3rd seeded Montgomery Cougars. And a pleasant good afternoon to everybody alongside my broadcast partner, the Mercer County Hall of Famer Rich Fisher. I'm Jordan Hirsch. Well, Fish, we've seen Trenton a lot this season. We've seen them dominate their way through the CVC on their way to a CVC title. We've seen them play very well against a slew of out-of-conference opponents, perhaps none better than their 78-44 win over Hunterdon Central in the first round on Thursday. But this Montgomery squad, this might be the best public school that they're going to go up against all season long.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Trenton has had success against the Cougars in the state tournament, but not lately because they haven't played lately. From 2011 to 2019, Trenton went 5-0 in the state games, but they only won those games by an average of 3.6 points. And I don't know if any of those Montgomery teams are as good as this one. I mean, granted, the Cougars lost 2 of their top scorers from last year's Group 4 finalists, but that hasn't slowed them at all. One of the big reasons is University of Penn recruit Ethan Lynn and another excellent sophomore, Mike Szymborski, both key figures in Montgomery's sectional championship last year. Szymborski averaging 18 points per game, 41 three-pointers. Lynn with another incredible season, 20 points per game, 54 three-pointers, 108 free throws, so he can get to the line. School's all-time leading scorer, as you mentioned off the air, breaking a 50-year-old record. And it's not concerning enough that Lynn stands 6'5" and Szymborski 6'4". Another concern for Trenton is 6'9" sophomore Shreyans Malavarapu. The Tornadoes have no one that can match that height, so he could make things difficult in the paint. Trenton's usually pretty good on the boards, but they're going to have a huge challenge with these guys. They also have a 6'4" sophomore, James Camara. So with that kind of length, it's going to be difficult for Trenton to attack the inside. They're going to have to hit some three-pointers, I think, and as usual, get transition buckets. I mean, maybe today, more than ever, Trenton has to get that transition game going, try to turn those steals into layups. But one concern there, and this will happen as you go deeper into estates, you're starting to deal with officials that aren't familiar with you, and you're not familiar with them, and you're not sure how they call a game. And we know Trenton likes to press a lot. If you get a crew that likes to call the hand checking, that could hinder Trenton in trying to press. Now, I don't know. There could be a crew that just lets them play. You never know. But that's always a possibility. You're never sure when you get unfamiliar officials. So, you know, Trenton's played a tough schedule against a lot of ranked teams, but they've come up empty. They could really use a signature win, especially today, because the season ends if you lose. I think Caleb Smith is going to have to do big-time work inside to counteract the height. Ave Ingram's going to have to help out. Trenton's going to have to play at its best, and when we have seen them at their best, they've been impressive. Will it be enough to beat an outstanding Montgomery team? I mean, we'll find out. If you want Darryl Young's opinion on this game, via text, he said they're a solid team. We have to come with our A game. I don't feel they present any problems. We've seen pretty much everything this season. It's 2 solid teams going into battle. Going to come down to who wants it the most. Can't give them the ammunition to beat us. By that, I mean cut down our turnovers, or they'll capitalize. We have to take care of the ball, be coachable, stay disciplined in what we do. And there you have it, from the pup.
Straight from the word of the mouth of the head coach of Trenton Central High.
Well, from the word of the phone.
Well, the word of the phone, like the word of the thumb, I guess. People,
yeah, the word of the thumb.
People understood the reference.
I know.
But Trenton, they're unafraid going up against one of the top teams that they're going to face all season long. And Fish, you mentioned how close those state playoff games were between these two teams back in the 2010s. Every game decided by 5 points or fewer, and 15 of the 20 quarters were decided by 4 or fewer. Trenton won all 5 games, but it was by a razor-thin line, that is for sure. These two teams getting set to do battle here in the sectional tournament for the first time in 7 years. Winner advances to the semifinals, and today's game on WBCB is being brought to you by the Capital Health System, Team Toyota, the Revere Restaurant, Kessel Dermatology, the New Jersey Education Association, the Capital Area YMCA, the City of Trenton, the Trentonian, the Trenton Thunder, Hyundai of Trenton, Morrisville Chiropractic, and Haldeman Ford. We'll step aside. We'll be back with tip-off. Trenton, Montgomery, a date with either Sayreville or Marlboro in the Central Jersey Group 4 semifinals on the line when we come back here on WBCB.
It's time now for the best. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers great cosmetic dermatology featuring the latest technology in cosmetics, including Morpheus 8 for skin tightening and scars, ultraviolet A and B light treatment for psoriasis, eczema, and itching. Kessel Dermatology now offers Genesis and XLV laser treatments for wrinkles, facial discoloration, scars, and hair removal. Kessel Dermatology provides Botox and fillers. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. 1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBSports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
This afternoon's starters, first for the visiting Trenton Tornadoes, the normal starting five of Juan Sanchez, Jadon English-Fulton, Ave Ingram, Caleb Smith, and Jaharis Ramos. For Montgomery, their starting five, Mohamed Jai, Connor Benedict, Ethan Lynn, Mike Simborski, and James Kamara. This is a team fish, Montgomery. They're gonna start 2 sophomores, 2 seniors, and a junior, but very experienced. These guys were, of course, here last year. Many of them were when Montgomery went all the way to win the Central Jersey Group 4 title. Back-to-back reigning champions in this tournament. Trenton won it back in 2023, so each of the last 3 trophies in this building here this afternoon.
We are located directly behind the Trenton High bench, so we will get to see the pup man at his finest and at his worst today if he gets a little upset.
It's Kamara and Caleb Smith in the center circle, and off we go. Here in the Central Jersey Group 4 quarterfinals, it's the University of Penn commit Ethan Lynn with it for Montgomery. Looks to go right to work. Kick out. This is Simborski down the baseline. Up off glass, it's short. Rebound deflected out, staying with the Cougars. And those are the 2 guys that Trenton's really going to have to key on. Ethan Lynn, Mike Simborski. They averaged 38 a game between those 2.
Yeah, it looks like Ramos has drawn the assignment on Lynn. And they set screens for him. You can see that right away.
The game plan for Trenton is to let Ramos and Sanchez handle Lynn for most of the beginning of this game, as that cut from Kamara and the layup came up empty. Here comes Ave Ingram. I haven't talked about him yet, as he had it knocked away, but Caleb Smith finishes it off inside for the first 2 points. Ave Ingram 15 away from 1,000, so of course we're going to be keeping close tabs on that. Lynn the blow by, the kick, the 3 from Benedict is good from the corner. What a burst that time from Ethan Lynn. Was able to blow around Ramos, and then Benedict drills the triple.
Yeah, that's the thing when you got a guy like Lynn. You go to double him and other people will be open.
Tough shot that time from Ingram, no. Yep. Benedict the other way in transition, up off glass, and it rolled out. Here comes English-Fulton leading the break for Trenton. Euros into the lane and gets fouled. So Jadon English-Fulton, the 6'2 senior, averaging 12.7 points per game. Had his 3rd career double-double, or his 3rd double-double of the season, I should say, in the first round win against Hunterdon Central. The 13 points, that was the most he had scored in a game since February 4th. As for this Montgomery team, they're coming off a big-time 76-40 win over Manalapan. In their first round matchup, it was their 14th win of at least 20 points this season, and it was their 12th time giving up 40 points or less. This is a team that could beat you in a multitude of ways, offense, defense, and anything in between. They allow an average of just 46 points per game, which is the best in the Skyland Conference. That features 23 teams. Trenton going to have to be fundamentally sound on both sides of the basketball if they want to advance to the semis.
Absolutely.
Here comes Lynn, and he's started out cold so far. He's been able to attack, but has come up empty. English-Fulton, all sorts of moves, and the rebound is ripped down by Kamara.
Trenton taking a few wild shots here, kind of forcing them up a little bit.
Kamara right to the rack for 2, counted and 1. James Kamara, the 6'4 sophomore, a chance to add to this total at the free throw line as he gives Montgomery the lead.
Yeah, Kamara just accelerating to the lane. Got by everybody, and Trenton trying to get to him late and made the mistake of fouling. That foul on Jaharis Ramos.
Kamara is a guy who averages over 7 points per game. He's played very well here at home recently, up over 10 a night at home since January 10th. The Cougar Den has provided him with some scoring fireworks, and why not? This is a fantastic home court advantage, and this place is packed for this quarterfinal game. Good look inside by Ingram, but Ramos walked.
Trenton is a little out of sorts offensively right now. Turnover, some kind of forced shots.
Trenton looking to avoid their same fate as last year, which was a quarterfinal loss against West Windsor North. Lynn buries the triple from the corner. his first bucket of the day, and it's a 9-3 start for the Cougars, just 2.5 gone. Sanchez can't get on the board. Rebound fought for, and we've got a foul against Trenton.
Yeah, that by the 6'9" guy. And going to be tough to get rebounds when he's in there.
The 6'9" sophomore, a team littered with talented sophomores, is Montgomery. Shreyans Malavarapu. Not a huge scoring threat, but of course when you're 6'9", you're in there to grab boards off the glass.
Right.
That's a nice move by Szymborski, and then a violent denial by Smith. Sanchez had trouble. He would have had a breakout, and he misses the layup. That was a problem for Trenton in their first round game against Hunterdon Central. They, of course, blew out the Red Devils, but it could have been an even larger disparity if they made some of their shots from in close.
Yeah, it was, we kind of guessed during the game that Pup wasn't happy with that first half, and he basically said it in the paper that they were driving him crazy in the first half.
That foul going against Connor Benedict, it came on the floor, so no free throws for Ave Ingram.
That's his first, second on Montgomery.
Trent's just got to find a way to settle this down a little bit. It seems like they're forcing some shots early. That's a good look from Sanchez, and he drills it.
That's the kind of shots they want. Nice open jumper from the baseline, you know Sanchez will drop them.
And he's been filling it up recently. In his last 2 games, he had made 20 shots, which was the most in a 2-game span in his career. Lynn at the controls for Montgomery. Right around Ramos. Float game. Doesn't get the roll. Maybe the net being stuck on the rim threw him off.
Maybe.
And that was Szymborski knocking it out of bounds into his own bench.
Yeah, he really should knock that down. Still.
Trenton's defense, which has struggled so far in the early part of this game, as Ramos just forced to fire it in. It almost went in. Rebound Malavarapu. And as I was saying, Trenton's defense, in the last 2 games, they've given up a total of just 90 points. It's been the first quarters where they've struggled, and then they've just routed teams from there on out. Benedict up over English Fulton, who might have partially blocked it. Outside, it's Lynn from way outside. Ramos collects it off the floor. Trenton wants to run. Ingram in attack mode, blocked and fouled. And Ave Ingram's going to find himself with a charity strike.
All right, well, Trenton getting themselves to the line a little bit. This will be their second, third, fourth foul shots. 2 quick fouls on Connor Benedict in this game.
Ingram in the first round, another double-double, 33 points, 10 rebounds. And in fact, Thursday, that was the 5th game of the season for him with at least 30 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals.
You know, one thing I keep forgetting to mention about Ave Ingram, he is also Trenton's honoree for the upcoming George Wall Scholar Leader Athlete Dinner. Maybe I did mention that because I was talking about how the point guard was being honored there too. But Ingram is the Trenton honoree, so congratulations to Ave for that.
And he's got both of those free throws, and the deficit is back down to 2. Caleb Smith, another vicious block, but they're going to call the foul, and the entire Trenton bench cannot believe it.
Yeah.
James Kamara is going to go to the line.
Yeah, that kind of looked like all ball.
A lot of times with that, it's not the question of whether or not it was all ball, it was if they made body contact.
Yeah, maybe afterwards.
Like an arm or a leg or something.
Yeah.
First free throw from Kamara drops through, so he's got an early 4. James Kamara, 8 games in double figures this season, 6 of them have come at home. And he calmly strokes them both. So he's got a game-high 5, does the sophomore. And it's an 11-7 ball game. Sanchez had it stripped on the way up. That was Xavier Harrigan into the game for the first time, the junior 5'8" guy. Lynn, they double him. Good, great ball movement. Malavarapu gets fouled inside by English Fulton, and it's becoming a parade to the free throw line for Montgomery here in the first quarter. Shriyan's Malavarapu averages just under 7 points per game. He scored 9 in the first round against Manalapan. That was the most points he's scored in a game since January 30th. And he's good on the first free throw. He's a guy that was playing very well at the beginning of the year, averaging 8.8 points a game in his first 10, but just 5.5 points per game in his last 16. And if you do the math on that, Fish, it means he'd scored at exactly 88 total points in both of those stretches.
Yep.
88 in the first 10 and then 88 in the final 16.
Just looking, checking something here at the scores table. I'm not sure what. Everything looks all right up on the scoreboard. Wait, there's 3:20 left. I thought there was under 3 when I looked up earlier.
Perhaps that's what they were talking about, was the clock, as Malavarapu splits a pair. We're going to roll with 3:15.
Yeah.
Ingram penetrates, gets inside, got it to go, and the foul. And Ave Ingram, he's up to 4, and he is now 11 away from 1,000.
Nothing fancy about that. Ingram just put the shoulder down, drove hard to the hoop.
1,000 points, by the way, is the main milestone that Ingram is chasing tonight. The secondary milestone is he's now 10 points away from 600 for the season, which is impressive in its own right. Averaging 22.5 points per game. Of course, the leading candidate to be CVC Player of the Year, as Sanchez knocked it off of Lynn and out of bounds. I believe that's the first turnover that this Trenton press has forced today.
Yes, it is.
That's where we've seen teams be able to beat Trenton, is when they're able to handle the press and value the basketball. Make Trenton play this half-court style. They get Tyre going front with a 3. Ingram playing bully ball. English Fulton has us level.
Hey, Ingram, little bumping going on there with Lynn. Officials let it go. All of a sudden, we got a tie game.
Montgomery started on a 9-3 run. Trenton has answered with a 9-3 run. Kamara surveys, hands off Lynn, and he gets fouled. The Trenton bench and the Trenton fans behind us, and there are a lot of them here. They're in disagreement with that call, but that one looked like there was some more contact.
I would think so, yeah.
And so Ethan Lynn is going to walk to the free throw line.
Well, that's 2 now on English Fulton. So you got Smith with 2 and English Fulton with 2. Definitely something to watch.
And for Ethan Lynn, averaging over 20 points per game, he's scored 20 or more in 8 straight, which is the longest streak of his career. 1,638 career points now, the all-time leading scorer in Montgomery program history. Ingram looking to do it all by himself. He does, and he's going to get a chance for one more once again. Another
N1 opportunity. Ingram just sort of taking the bull by the horns here and just powering up.
Well, remember, we saw when Juan Sanchez and Jadon English Fulton got to 1,000. They did that in a game against Princeton earlier this year. They just spoon-fed them the basketball. In a sectional playoff game, that's not really the game plan for Ave Ingram, but I don't think it really needs to be with him now just 8 away.
Well, of course, he's your go-to guy, so you don't want to give him every opportunity. You want to keep the flow of the offense, but he's going to get his opportunities.
Beautiful drive by Szymborski, but he blew the bunny. Second chance won't go, and Malavarapu, when he was 6'9", there's not much you can do to defend that. He's got the layup.
Yep, he can be a problem.
Ingram all the way in, got blocked and fouled, and Ingram's going to go to the line for 2 more.
Well, right now, Montgomery does not have an answer for Ingram other than foul him. And that'll be the second on Malavarapu. I'm going to memorize how to say that.
Ingram's a 68% free throw shooter, but he's really struggling as of late. Remember, he went just 2 for 9 from the free throw line on Thursday.
Yeah.
And he's missed a couple here in this opening quarter.
Yeah, when you're going against a team like Montgomery, you can't. You have to take advantage of every opportunity presented. Right now, he's 4 for 6 in this first quarter.
And that's a backcourt foul committed by Sanchez, and it's going to mean free throws with Trenton over the limit. Ethan Lynn is going to toe the stripe. And Lynn's a guy who could really fill it up from all 3 levels.
Yep.
He's hit 12 three-pointers in his last 3 coming into this game. He's knocked one down here in this first quarter. It's the most he had hit in a 3-game stretch this year. And he's now 2 made threes away from 200 for his career.
I'll tell you what, they are calling this tight. Remember Jeremy Lin from the Knicks? You might be too young for that.
Well, I remember Linsanity.
Linsanity, yeah. Well, Montgomery's got its own Linsanity.
And Ingram's going to go to the line for 2. You know, Fish, our camera guy today, Gus Barber, he was on the call when Montgomery took on West Windsor North in the Central Jersey Group 4 finals last year. And he was referring to Ethan Lynn as Linsanity. So
well,
that's already trademarked by Gus.
Sorry about that, Gus.
Ingram gets the roll. He's already now just 6 away from 1,000. So at this rate, we're going to be having a celebration here in a few minutes.
I'm not sure if they stop state tournament games.
I was talking to Stalin Hernandez. He was at the Nottingham game yesterday. He said that the plan would be to stop and let Ingram celebrate.
Okay.
And Ingram with the deflection and the steal. You know he's going to want to take it all the way. Pulls over a man, and that's an offensive foul. Man, the 5'8" junior Xavier Harrigan, give him credit, standing in front of a runaway train in Ingram.
And those are the kind of players you need. I mean, you know, you can have your Lins and your Szymborskis and all that, but you need those guys that are going to do that dirty work and take those charges and get you the ball back.
This is Szymborski with it. He's been held scoreless, and he's only gotten a couple of shots up in this one. Lynn right to the rack for 2 more, and he's up to 9 here in this first quarter.
Oh, he's pretty.
He's going D1 for a reason. We're seeing it firsthand. Ingram, tough pull-up, left it short. Floorboard collected, it's Sanchez, float game, no. Smith, beautiful board. 3rd opportunity, he spun it home.
That's
Caleb
what we're
Smith.
going to need a little more of.
He started he started the scoring in this one, and those are his first 2 points since. Montgomery's doing an excellent job handling this press, but not right there. I believe that's Sebastian Kyler who turned it over. There is no number 20 on their roster, but Kyler's a guy who comes in off the bench for Chris Grundy's squad.
Yeah, well, you look up there and it's 20 on the board up there.
Ingram, another difficult 2. That one off the heel. Smith, another offensive rebound, and he gets fouled. There you go, Fish. You talked about Caleb Smith in our pregame, how he was going to have to be doing a lot of work on the glass, and so far so good for big number 25.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been so many foul shots this quarter, I've run out of room on my first quarter running score.
Caleb Smith, he's a 57% free throw shooter. He's been D'ing it up recently. He's got 2 blocks in this game, so now 4 of the last 5 games he's had multiple blocks. We're even at 20 in the final 20 seconds of this first quarter in the Central Jersey Group 4 quarterfinals. Szymborski was all out of control, and he gets fouled. Trenton wanted a whistle out on the perimeter that time. Thought maybe there was a push-off. But now Mike Zimborski a chance to get his first 2 points.
Well, and that is the third foul on Jaden Fulton English. And that's trouble.
We've seen English Fulton get into foul trouble quite a bit at times this year and have to take rather lengthy breaks as a result. And he's going to go to the bench right now, and Gamari Davidson, the 6-foot senior guard, is going to come on in for him. Zimborski, 1 for 2. The average is 18. He's got 1 so far, and Trenton will hold for the last shot. Looking to go in front, going into the second quarter. Ramos down the baseline, try to feed Smith, and that'll do it for the end of the first. A back and forth, opening 8 minutes of basketball. We saw a lot of free throws shot, and it finishes with a 21-20 Montgomery lead. 8 minutes down, 24 to go. Back after this in the Central Jersey Group 4 quarterfinals.
Kessel Dermatology has a highly rated and award-winning dermatology team with over 130 years of collective clinical experience. They've been voted as the region's best dermatologist and doctor for 20 consecutive years. Over 1,500 5-star reviews from satisfied patients. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
Celebrating 50 years of business and supporting your community is Haldeman Ford, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They've got it all new in pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus work-ready trucks and a great variety of EV vehicles. Haldeman Ford here yesterday, here today, here tomorrow, celebrating their 50th year in business. Don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian, or online at Trentonian.com. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. And 2026 is here, and just around the corner is another summer filled with Trenton Thunder baseball. Full and half season ticket memberships, as well as multi-game packs, are on sale now for the 2026 season. And then over 1,400 tariff-free cars. They're ready to go at Hyundai of Trenton, 1655 North Olden Avenue in Ewing Township. Hyundai Konas, Palisades, Tucson, Santa Fe's, Elantras, all priced for immediate sale. You can find their showroom 1655 North Olden Avenue in Ewing Township.
Well, Trenton holding its own so far, despite the fact that it has not gotten a three-pointer, barely taken any, and still hanging in there with 8 for 12 shooting from the foul line, 6 for 14 from the field.
We also talked about, right, in the pregame how close these matchups have been over the years. Another quarter decided by 4 points or less. So make that 16 of 21 quarters decided by 4 or less in the last now 15 years when these two teams get together in the state tournament. Ingram, he's 5 away from 1,000. He's now 2 away from 1,000 with a long-range bomb.
Well, so they didn't have a 3, they got one.
And Trenton now with their first lead since it was 2-0. This is Ethan Lynn, the senior standout with 9 points. Harrigan to the corner. Kamara, good ball movement. This is what Montgomery does well, and Lynn floats it home. Watch out for number 5 now, looking to become the 10th player all time in Trenton program history to eclipse 1,000. Davidson doubled, looking for help. Ramos, they'll swing it. Sanchez, he was trying to get it to Ave, now tied up on the ground. If they call a jump ball, possession is with Montgomery, and that's the ruling.
Both teams did a good job protecting the ball in that first quarter. It's 3 turnovers for Trenton, 2 for Montgomery. 23 foul shots in that first quarter. 12 for Trenton, 11 for Montgomery.
23s all over the place. 23 foul shots, 23 all early in this second quarter. Lynn, they've been starting to double him a lot more, and it does not matter. Ethan Lynn, smooth to the cup.
He really is smooth. I mean, he can drain a three, but the way he can just get to the bucket, it's like it's like nobody's even there. He's just driving in for layups.
Sanchez
Whoa.
from the logo, you bet!
Oh.
All of a sudden, it's starting to rain here in Montgomery.
Wow.
And these threes are not cheapies either.
That was way out.
Figured we can't get penetration. Let me just pull up from 30 feet. Malavarapu left it short. Trenton, a chance in transition. Montgomery got back. Here's Sanchez all the way to the cup. Rebound, Harrigan throws it ahead. Szymborski lays it in. That's the first field goal made of the day for Mike Szymborski, who's now got 3 points. We're on the seesaw with the Cougars up by 1.
Yeah, this is kind of what we were hoping for, a game like this.
Ramos thought about the drive. Now Ingram, 2 away from 1,000. Cross court. Sanchez, tough shot. Rebound, Caleb Smith. Another offensive board for him, and 2 more second chance points.
Well, he's been doing it a lot in recent weeks, and again, he has to do it today, and it's not like an option.
Offensive foul called. Ramos stepped in front of Ethan Lynn and forces the turnover.
That'll be 2 on Lynn.
And Ramos, that's what he's been doing, making those little plays. He's really been this team's Swiss Army knife all season.
Yeah, he's a glue guy, you know? Just does all the little things to keep everything moving together.
He finds Ingram, who dishes Sanchez. It's a good double that time by Montgomery. And Szymborski forces the steal, being chased by Sanchez, but it won't matter.
Well, we usually see that go the other way with Trenton doing that, but tasted their own medicine there.
And then Lynn deflects it out, and yeah, Montgomery's starting to beat Trenton at their own game, and Daryl Young wants a timeout. That'll give me an opportunity to let you know that Mayor Reed Gashiora of the city of Trenton would like to welcome all students back to school and wish them the best of luck this school term, and wish the Tornadoes the best of luck on the court. Mayor Reed Gashiora is a proud supporter of Trenton's youth. And Morrisville Chiropractic is providing quick and effective pain relief through natural healing. Located at 632 Crown Street, they pledge to make you, the patient, part of their chiropractic family. Open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Tuesdays as well. You can visit MorrisvilleChiropracticCenter.com.
You know, while we have a second, we want to send condolences out to Montgomery coach Chris Grundy and his family. Chris losing his father this past week, and always tough to lose a parent, and you know, tough to have to come back in this kind of state tournament pressure, but sometimes that's a good thing for somebody to sort of get their mind off it. So our condolences and prayers for the Grundy family, and you know, I hope they hang in there.
Coach Grundy in his 21st season, coaching with a very heavy heart here in this tournament. Trenton down a point. Good feed inside by Ingram, and Caleb Smith is starting to cook. He's up to 9.
A little backwards layup there.
The unselfish play as well from Ave Ingram, who needs 1 more bucket to get to 1,000.
Yeah, and you know,
oh, he nearly forced the steal. He would have had a run out. Instead, it's Lynn now with Ingram all up in his grill. Looking to take him off the dribble. Good defense. Harrigan turns it over. Threw it to a kid in the second row.
You know, if Ingram really shouldn't know that he needs 2 more points. You know, not on a stage like this, in a game like this. You gotta just keep in the flow of the game, let it come natural. Don't try to force anything and put pressure on yourself to get that point. Just, you gotta think team first all the time. Oh man, another one.
Ramos, that time it came up short, but he's been doing that a lot more recently, and that's pulling up and knocking down threes.
These guys are shooting from the Tiger's tail up on 206.
And what a play that time. James Kamara with 2 more. We continue to stay on the seesaw, and now it's the Cougars up a point, 31-30, as we're past the midway point of the second quarter. Ramos looking. Ingram for 1,000. It's short. Technically for 1,001. And Now we've got a timeout called by Chris Grundy, who sprinted all the way to the timeline to call that one as he realized that his team was in a tough spot right there. 3:31 to play, second quarter. Cougars up a point. And I'll let you know you can make 2026 the year you get in shape at the Capital Area YMCA. 431 Pennington Avenue in Trenton. Exercise for your health, fitness, strength, flexibility, well-being, and confidence. You can call 609-599-9622 or visit capitalymca.org for more information. And celebrating 50 years of business and supporting your community is Haldeman Ford Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Neighbors helping neighbors is what Haldeman Ford does and will continue to do. They've got it all, new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus work-ready trucks and a great variety of EV vehicles. Haldeman Ford services all makes and models and is known for their fleet service and state-of-the-art collision center. And coming soon, the area's largest new commercial vehicle center. Haldeman Ford, here yesterday, here today, here tomorrow, celebrating their 50th year in business.
Pretty impressive turnout for the Trenton faithful today. A lot of fans here.
Yeah, this is a gym that can hold a lot. Yeah. And obviously we don't have official attendance numbers, but I think just looking around, this place has to have at least 500, 600 people.
Maybe, yeah.
A heavy turnout to see who will advance to the Central Jersey Group 4 semifinals.
Well, these are two heavyweights. I mean, this is a 6-3 game, but it has a feel of a lot higher than that, like a 3-2, something like that.
Here's Kamara, the sophomore. He's already got 7. They work it back now, Ethan Lynn against Davidson. Lynn got around him, got inside, got the bucket. He's got 15.
I mean, and you can't play off him because he'll bury that three-pointer. You got to try to stop him. But man, he has that quick first step. Next thing you know, he's up the lane.
Ingram got it to go. There it is. 1,000 career points for Ave Ingram. He becomes the 10th Trenton Central player to do so. And a 3 gets dropped by Connor Benedict. They don't really let him celebrate all too long.
Connor Benedict was...
Ingram this time blocked by Malavarapu.
Connor Benedict not impressed by 1,000 points, coming right down and swishing a 3.
The next time out, we have been told, is when they're going to celebrate.
Well, and that makes sense. You can't stop a state game in the middle like that.
Oh, what a play by Ramos. Dishes Smith, and he gets blocked again. Malavarapu all over the place underneath.
Ooh.
This is Lynn. That one was blocked. Ingram got a piece. Trenton down by 4. 1:47 to go until halftime. Sanchez, Ramos. This zone defense is starting to provide some issues.
Yep.
Sanchez, the general, accelerates and gets fouled.
Yeah, and after a first quarter filled with free throws, this is the first one here in the second.
Juan Sanchez, the 80.5% free throw shooter, dominant at the line over the last month, 90% since February 3rd.
That'll be 3 on the big guy.
Misses the first, but how about this stat, Fish, for Juan Sanchez? Coming into this game, he had played in 26 games this year, scored 498 points and grabbed 102 rebounds. Last season, he also played in 26 games and scored 498 points and grabbed 102 rebounds.
So he should sit down right now and sit out the rest of the tournament. Just to have that unique stat.
Well, he's already got 6 now, so he's over 500 points for the year.
Okay. It's like Stan Musial, got exactly half his hits at home and half on the road.
Lynn, beautiful move that time, and he just left the layup short. Tornadoes can tie with a 3. Ramos walked.
And again, that net is up. And you gotta get that down.
And that's exactly what the official over here talking to Daryl Young is going to say. They wanted to stop play. It's Connor Benedict doing the honors.
If I was Daryl Young, I would have liked to stay up. You don't know how if it distracts or not, but let pup playing the good sport.
And we've seen Montgomery miss a pair of shots in tight with that net hooked on the rim like that, so perhaps providing that distraction. Szymborski, he traveled. I think Daryl Young was the first person in this building to start doing the wheels on the bus motion right there.
Wheels on the bus motion. Very good.
Ingram bounces Sanchez, pumps, drives, hop step. Davidson for the tie. Too strong. Benedict with a head full of steam.
Davidson was hitting those shots against Robbinsville.
This Montgomery team, they've won 4 consecutive state or sectional quarterfinal games, their last, at least at home. Their last home loss in the quarterfinal came way back in 2015. They've got a 3-point lead in the final 30 seconds of this second quarter. Good defense by Trenton on this possession, not letting Montgomery get their penetration. They went for the switch. The drive by Szymborski, no, got his own miss, threw it up at the rim, and got rewarded with the foul. And if you can believe it, after how that first quarter went, that is the first foul of the second against Trenton.
Yeah. Szymborski, was interesting because he had everybody kind of collapsed and Lynn was just standing out by the top of the key. If they had kicked that back out, Lynn would have had a wide open 3.
Mohamed Jai is going to check in for the first time for Montgomery. Xavier Harrigan will take a seat. Caleb Smith to the bench for the final 9 seconds. Kyle Graffey into the ball game. Szymborski just 5 points so far and make it 6. One of the top sophomores in the state who's been in double figures in all 26 games this year. Little bit of time left for Trenton. 3 seconds. Sanchez got it off. Got it to go. The bank is open on a Saturday afternoon in Skillman. And Juan Sanchez with a big-time buzzer beater to bring his team within 1 going into halftime.
Yeah, 3-point deposit at the buzzer, and that's big. That's big. He did just down by 1 point now going into half. And Trenton not exactly sure what locker room to go to. They're walking down to the far end of the gym, and all the coaches and the athletic director are telling them, no, come back.
And we'll stay here because we'll see if they do their celebration for Ave, and I think that's what this is about. Ave Ingram.
That's what it is, okay.
He'll get his memorabilia. He becomes the 10th player in program history to eclipse 1,000 career points. Did it a little bit past the midway point of that second quarter. And how about this? The 3rd tornado to get to 1,000 this season, joining his teammates Juan Sanchez and Jadon English Fulton. Ingram, the most popular guy on campus right now, as he gets his taste of history here in the Central Jersey Group 4 quarterfinals. But you know, for a guy like Ave and a team like Trenton, that becomes secondary for now. That'll be a thing he'll have to celebrate his entire life. But for the Tornadoes, they're focused on the final 16 minutes of action. We're going to step aside. We'll be back with our halftime report, the Fish stats, and quarter number 3 here from the Central Jersey Group 4 quarterfinals after this on WBCB.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Hi, I'm Errol Reese. Most people diagnosed with skin cancer are not even aware of their cancer. It's important to get a complete skin checkup. Kessel Dermatology offers a vast array of surgical procedures, including Mohs surgery, plus other non-surgical options. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. 1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBSports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. 1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBSports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Welcome back inside the Cougar Den here on the campus of Montgomery High School. That was a very entertaining first half of basketball, to say the least, here in the Central Jersey Group 4 quarterfinals. Montgomery on top 37-36. A big congratulations once again to Ave Ingram, reaching 1,000 career points about midway through the second quarter with a layup. And then Juan Sanchez, he banked in a buzzer beater 3 before we went to break, pulling the deficit back to within 1. And Fish, we detailed how close these state and sectional tournament games have been whenever Montgomery and Trenton get together. And we're seeing that play out right in front of our eyes here this afternoon. In that first half, razor-thin margins. Well, neither team led by more than 6.
Where do you hear these stats? All right, Trenton leading scorer Ingram with 15. Juan Sanchez and Caleb Smith 9 each. And Jaden English Fulton with 3. Ethan Lynn with 15. James Kamara with 7. Mike Zamborski with 6. Connor Benedict with 6. And Shurian's Malavarapu with 3. Where do you hear this? Shooting, Trenton 12 for 27. Montgomery 12 for 27. Trenton from the foul line 9 for 13. Montgomery 10 for 13. Turnovers, Trenton 6, Montgomery 5. Rebounds, Montgomery 16, Trenton 15. So, I mean, how are you going to get any closer than what we have right now?
Yeah, it's about as close as you can get, and I guess it's that one made free throw for Montgomery that's the difference right now.
That's the difference. Yes, sir. Each team with 3 3-pointers. Each team shooting exactly 12 for 27 from the field. This is unofficial, of course. These are my stats, so.
We take that as official here on WBCB.
Because we got nothing better to go to right now.
And off we go in half number 2. Beautiful dish, and Kyle Graffey starting the second half on the court for Trenton.
Interesting.
And he gets his first 2 points of this tournament.
Yeah, Graffey, Jaden Fulton England, well, he's in there.
Kamara has that layup, bounce out, and Graffi is right there for the board. Trenton hasn't led by more than 2 all game. Sanchez can't change it, he gives it away. Ethan Lynn, 15 first half points for the University of Penn commit, and make it 17 now for Lynn. He just looks silky smooth with whatever he does out there on the court.
I mean, they have to do something to stop that. I mean, he's just driving at will.
Ingram was out of control and just threw it off glass. Cougars by a point. Lynn falls to the ground and calls a timeout. Daryl Young incensed. He thought that should have been a travel.
Well, they're giving him the time.
Good recognition by Lynn, because there was going to be nothing he could have done back in that corner between the half-court line and the sideline.
You know what? Yes, good recognition by Lynn, but sometimes I don't like doing it that early in the game. I mean, when you have a game like this, I get the feeling timeouts are going to be really big down the stretch. And, you know, maybe you might want to, maybe it's down the stretch where you might want to make a call like that to save a possession. You know, I'm not knocking them for doing it. I mean, it's instinctive. But sometimes I think that can hurt teams. I mean, I've seen other teams do it where they burn their timeouts to save a possession, and they have no timeouts left at the end of the game. You know who used to do that a lot? Rutgers back in the day. Like way back.
We're not too far from the campus.
No.
Here in Montgomery. Maybe it's something in the water.
Well, they don't do it now. They did it way back in the, late 90s, early 2000s. They had a guy, Rashad Kent, that would do it all the time.
Xavier Harrigan, the junior, looking to go against Graffi and try to get it to Benedict. Ball is loose and rolling right into the hands of Szymborski, and he got stripped on the way up.
Shoot. A lot of commotion there.
This Trenton defense hasn't forced the turnovers we're used to seeing from them at points this season. Szymborski, man, that one looked like it was going to stop on the rim, and then Harrigan took it right back. Benedict. Rebound tipped around. Szymborski fights and is able to win the battle. So a third opportunity now on this end of the court, and Ethan Lynn can't bank it home. Trenton now a chance for a run out. Ingram lost it on the way down the court. Ball out of bounds, staying with the Tornadoes, and lets everybody take a breath.
Getting a little frenetic there. And, you know, Montgomery doing a great job of getting those loose balls there. And that, yeah, you can't get out hustled in this game. You have to be at every loose ball everywhere. And now Donald Jackson going in for Kyle Graffi. For some reason, Caleb Smith is not in the game. And he had a nice first half. He had 9 points and 6 rebounds.
We'll keep an eye on that for sure as Ingram dishes to Jackson. Rebound is loose once again. Man, for as clean as the second quarter was, after as, I guess, ugly the first quarter was with all the free throws, It's kind of getting sloppy right now.
It is. It's getting sloppy, but it's getting scrappy. It's getting like both teams are really starting to get after it.
Yeah, in a 1-point game, winner to the Central Jersey Group 4 semis. Every possession bigger than the last.
I mean, this game it's right now it's a war.
And I wouldn't expect anything to change over the final 13 minutes, 30 seconds. Szymborski left another one short. Man, not used to seeing Trenton get out-hustled on the rebounding like this.
And again.
It rolls to Kamara, who rolls it home.
Again, Montgomery on the floor, battling, scrapping.
Caleb Smith, notably on the bench. He was doing a lot of the work on the glass in that first half for Trenton.
Yeah, I only had him for 2 fouls.
Sanchez working on the junior Harrigan. Ramos. English Fulton to the cup. And the rebound wrestled down by Kamara, who's having a real nice game as a sophomore here in this second round. Benedict, he's already got 2. Oof. Jackson able to settle that one down and make it a one-and-done possession. Tornadoes down 3. Sanchez is fouled, and they're going to give him 2 shots.
Benedict taking a page from Trenton's book, shooting from the Tiger's tail.
Yeah, Trenton knocked down 3 triples in that second quarter. Ingram's was way outside. Sanchez was literally from the logo with his heels on the big center court M, and then Sanchez again at the buzzer. And these missed free throws now starting to become a story for Trenton. They've now missed 5, and they trail by 3. And this is Sanchez, who had only missed 3 free throws in the last 4 weeks. Hits the second. He joins Ave Ingram in double figures. Sanchez has 10. 4:20 to play, third quarter. Szymborski's been quiet most of the night, but he gets underneath, and that one's just too easy. Mike Szymborski, 8 points now.
Well, he made it easy. A couple little body fakes, back and forth, got Trenton out to commit, and then he just went up and had a nice, easy layup.
Montgomery's starting to reach a little bit too much, and Ave Ingram took full advantage. He's going to find himself with a charity stripe.
One thing we have not seen today is Trenton be able to apply a full court press.
And actually, my mistake. They say baseline inbound. Ingram now is going to get 2 at the line. So I was just looking into the future, into the crystal ball, about 3 seconds ahead.
Yeah, you're good that way. I'll be coming to you for my racehorse tips.
I'll tell you what, broadcasting would be a lot easier if I could just see the future, right?
Sure. I'll come to you with my NCAA poll.
I feel like we had the same conversation last year about your March Madness picks.
Yes. And how if I had a time machine, that's what I would do. Go forward and fill out a perfect bracket.
This game has kind of been February Madness.
Yeah.
With how tight it has been.
Well, we're only a day from March Madness. Here he goes again.
Szymborski couldn't finish it off, but he's going to get rewarded with 2 foul shots. Something about the odd-numbered quarters and the parades to the free throw line.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Szymborski and Lynn certainly do have a great way of penetrating.
That first one goes down for Szymborski. And I'll tell you what, Fish, as this game goes along, it's going to be real interesting to see how both of these teams handle playing a tight game, because these are 2 squads that are just used to blowing out their opponents. They haven't been in many close games down the stretch.
Right. Well, that may cancel each other out.
We'll see how they handle the pressure. Ramos gives it away. That pass was doomed from the start. And then Ingram with a beautiful recovery, but they call a foul. That's the second time they've called a foul on what everybody, at least on this Trenton sideline, thought was a clean block.
Yeah.
That one looked pretty clean from our angle. The other one earlier in the game with Caleb Smith, it was kind of tough to tell from where we're located right behind the bench, but we had a pretty clear shot of that one.
Yeah, and our angle is, I don't know, we're at the other end of the court though, so they didn't call it on Ingram. They called it on Gamari Davidson.
I guess maybe he reached in while Benedict was on the way up.
Maybe. Well, wait, now they're taking it down. I think Chris Grundy is arguing. I think maybe he wants Ingram to have the foul.
As Benedict hits the first, Stalin Hernandez is going to come into the game. Hernandez, the guy that's, you don't hear about him a whole lot, but he's kind of been the brains behind the operation for this team, doing a lot of the scouting reporting. And man, these offensive rebounds are starting to become a big story as well. Montgomery feasting on the glass.
Yep. Cannot have that happen. And yet Caleb Smith sits here on the bench. Maybe he's hurt.
Lynn has only got 2 points in this quarter. Nearly had that one knocked away. He's got it back against Ingram, who's been doing a nice job on him in this second half. Zimborski now. Angle drive, floater, short. Need the rebound if you're Trenton, and it's English Fulton to clear it. Tornadoes down by 4 in what's become a low-scoring third quarter. English Fulton in a triple team, and Darrell Young calls timeout.
Well, you're right. I mean, just want to do some. Go ahead, do your reads.
But don't forget, if you missed any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian, or online at Trentonian.com. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. And 2026 is here, and just around the corner is another summer filled with Trenton Thunder baseball. Full and half-season ticket memberships, as well as multi-game packs, are on sale now for the 2026 season. And Mayor Reed Gusciora of the city of Trenton would like to welcome all students back to school and wish them the best of luck this school term, and wish these Tornadoes the best of luck on the court.
You know, it's odd. You look at the stats, the rebounds 7-7 this quarter, but it does seem like Montgomery is getting a little more offensive boards. I don't know, unless I missed a few here. The other thing is Montgomery seems to be getting those balls on the floor. Whenever there's a scrum on the floor, the Cougars seem to come out with the ball.
This is the defensive style that Montgomery wants to play at.
But yeah, Trenton hasn't been able to run or press pretty much all game.
And they're going to get called for an offensive foul. Talked about it earlier in this game. Montgomery, the best defensive team in the Skyland Conference out of 23 different teams.
They held up Ingram, that's his second.
Foul trouble could become a factor in this fourth quarter as we get towards that point in the game as well.
Well, right now, English Fulton's the only one with 3. And 3 guys have 2 for Montgomery. 2 other guys have 2 for Trenton.
As far apart as everybody was in the first round of this tournament, with every game being decided by at least 21 points. This game not following that Central Jersey Group 4 script. Lynn against Sanchez. Good defense, but a reach-in. Gamari Davidson. He's going to be the guilty party, and Ethan Lynn, who they've done a nice job on in this second half, only 2 points since the break. He'll go to the line, and if he's able to hit them both, it would match the largest lead of the game for Montgomery. Lynn was actually on pace for a season high. His season high is 29. He's done that twice. His career high came last year in the first round of this tournament, dropped 31 in a win over Monroe.
Well, yeah, this does match the largest lead since 9-3 was the other 6-point lead for Montgomery. Trenton does not want it to get any further, obviously.
The Tornadoes, they've scored just 5 points in this third quarter.
Yeah, they turned it over 3 times.
Ingram, tough Jay over the double team. That one, you can kind of feel like it was forced.
A little bit.
Lynn slows it down.
Here you got to watch this guy.
Kamara got his man in the air, and he traveled. It was too convincing of a pump fake.
Yeah. And that is just the first turnover for Montgomery this quarter. They've done a really nice job. Trenton thrives on turnovers, and they're not getting them.
Tornadoes in need of a run here at the end of this third quarter. Sanchez nearly gave it away, and now it's loose, and again Montgomery's able to get to the loose ball.
Yeah.
And there was a whistle. I don't think they called a tie-up. Nope, they did. And possession's actually with Trenton, so the Tornadoes will take it.
Yeah, dodge a little bullet there. Hey, look, they got to get the ball to Sanchez out on the perimeter. He doesn't even have a shot this quarter.
Yeah, he drilled that buzzer beater going into the break, and then he's got a free throw made in this third.
Yeah, I mean, he's a major part of your offense.
English Fulton's been quiet, but he tracks down his own miss and then draws the foul. And that'll mean both teams will now be at the limit with 1:02 to go here in the third quarter.
That one on Harrigan.
It's the big three for Trenton right now on the court, plus Gamari Davidson and Stalin Hernandez. Ingram tried to thread the needle and did. Sanchez couldn't get it, the reverse to drop. And then a foul is called against the Tornadoes underneath their own basket. That'll put them into the penalty. It'll mean 2 free throws now for the Cougars.
This will be 7th and 8th free throws now for Montgomery in this quarter. Trenton with 4 in the quarter. Who's this shooting? The ref's in the way. Oh.
There's Xavier Harrigan, who's scoreless so far, but he's made some real important hustle plays. And he gets the bounce on free throw number 1. Harrigan coming off a career-high 6 points against Manalapan in the first round. A 2-sport athlete here at Montgomery. He plays wide receiver, defensive back, and returns kickoffs on the football team.
Well, he plays with it. He's got that football aggression. Look at that.
I think they're going to call a lane violation. Yeah. So that hustle right there, it goes for naught. And possession back to the Tornadoes, now facing their largest deficit of the afternoon, trailing by 7. English Fulton looking to make something happen, and a foul is called at the very last second as Szymborski was racing down the court. The Montgomery faithful, none too pleased, and in a cavernous and large gym, you can hear them voicing their displeasure.
Very much so.
That foul puts the Cougars in the penalty, so now 2 shots at the line for Jadon English Fulton. A 63% free throw shooter. He's got just 3 points so far, and you can make it 4.
These are very important free throws.
English Fulton, he's proven to be a big game player at times this season. He played very well in his first taste of the Ewing rivalry, the Thrive rivalry. Now just 5 points on the afternoon, and those free throws cut the deficit back to 5.
Trenton setting up the press.
Montgomery's done a wonderful job breaking it.
Well, they haven't had to break it that much. I mean, we've seen barely any chance for Trenton at press. You're right, though. When they do, it has not been effective.
And you see that switch there. Ave Ingram switches out on Lynn. He's done a nice job against Ethan Lynn in the third.
Yep.
Good ball movement. Harrigan. Bounce to the corner, extra pass, and good rotation defense. Kamara wasn't able to get it up.
Lynn, him now.
He's trapped in that corner. Got it back. Got it to go. Counted and 1.
What a great play. As you say, he's trapped. He gets rid of the ball, immediately cuts to the basket, and they immediately find him. That's just smart, savvy play.
Stellar basketball IQ.
Who gave him that pass? Did you see?
Couldn't quite make it out, as we've kind of got an obstructed view. But I'll tell you what about Ethan Lynn, right? You got to be smart. You got to have good IQ if you're going to be going to the University of Penn.
Right.
And Lynn now with 21 points. 8 away from his season high, now 7 away. And the lead is 8. Final few seconds for Trenton now.
Yeah, we talked about the good job Trenton was doing on this quarter, but he's still got 7.
And then a block to cap off the third by Malavarapu. And the Cougars with a little bit of separation going into the fourth. They lead by 8, 51-43, as Montgomery's defense gives up just 7 third quarter points.
Just 1 basket for the Tornadoes. in that quarter.
Winner of this game advances to the Central Jersey Group 4 semifinals. We'll have the finish for you right after this on WBCB.
Capital Health Primary Care Network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Hi, Merrill Reese.
Morrisville Chiropractic is providing quick and effective pain relief through natural healing. At Morrisville Chiropractic, 632 Crown Street, they pledge to make you, the patient, part of their chiropractic family. Open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 3 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, 1 to 6 p.m. You can visit MorrisvilleChiropracticCenter.com. Make 2026 the year you get in shape at the Capital Area YMCA, 431 Pennington Avenue in Trenton. Call 609-599-9622 or visit capitalymca.org. We head to the fourth here in the Central Jersey Group 4 quarterfinals. Montgomery has opened up an 8-point lead on top 51-43. Mostly on the back of 22 points from their 6'5 senior Ethan Lynn. For Trenton, Ave Ingram, who scored his 1,000th career point back in the second quarter, was held to just 2 points in that third. Trenton as a team scored only 7, and like you mentioned, Fish, before we went to break, just one made basket.
One bucket on 7 shots, 1 for 7. They were 5 for 6 from the line, but you know, it's important. The outset of this fourth quarter, pretty important.
Caleb Smith back into the game. He sat the entire third quarter, and Trenton got dominated on the glass. Harrigan, too strong. Rebound tipped. Sanchez corrals. Tornadoes a chance in transition. Haven't seen this a whole lot. Sanchez looking to do it all by himself. Blocked. Szymborski the denial. Montgomery, we're going east to west. Szymborski to the 10. 27 games for Mike Szymborski in his sophomore campaign, and all 27 he's been in double figures now. English Fulton gets fouled.
Well, Trenton needs to find some answers, and they need to find them quick. Montgomery just playing really consistently well throughout this game. They're not shooting great, but they're doing a lot of other things really good.
Missed free throws are beginning to pile up now for Trenton.
Well, they're 14 for 19 for the game. Well, now 14 for 20 after that miss.
They got to be able to take advantage of these opportunities. English Fulton bullseye on that one. So the deficit is down to 9.
Caleb Smith is back in the game, so I don't have any idea what he was doing on the bench that third quarter, but he's back.
Yeah, not in foul trouble, and
they need him. They need him underneath big time.
Not in foul trouble, and I suppose not injured as well. Harrigan surveys right in front of that student section.
Here's a familiar sight. Lynn with the ball out near midcourt and then start to penetrate.
This is Kamara, who had a big first half, but scoreless in half number 2. Kamara, scoreless no more in the second.
Boy, these guys know how to draw these defenders out of the lane and open that up. For pretty well, we've seen Lynn do it a lot, but now Kamara does it, wide open lane.
English Fulton directs traffic, takes a look, puts it up. Rebound, we've got a foul. See who it goes against. A couple bodies on the deck. English Fulton gets up, and it's Kamara who's a little slow to get back to his feet. Or no, that's not Kamara, in fact, that's Malavarapu, rather, who was slow getting up for Montgomery. And the foul goes against English Fulton, so it's his 4th.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, he has struggled with some foul issues this year. kind of curtailed his production a little bit.
They're keeping him in the game with those 4 fouls. So Darrell Young looking for English Fulton to play a cleaner brand of basketball.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to keep him in. You're down by 11. I mean, if you had a lead, you might, take him out and try to survive without him. But down by 11, you need everybody in there.
Szymborski got it back off the tip, and then a foul was called. I'm starting to sound like a broken record with a lot of these fouls on layup attempts.
That almost looked like it was up and down.
I think that might have actually been what they're going to say now, because the original official who made the call put his arm in the air and said foul, but he gets some help from his partner, and now it'll be Trenton basketball.
Yeah, he hopped up, and then when he came back down with the ball, then he got through the foul.
Sanchez looking for more production out of him, and not going to get it there. Harrigan swats it away.
It's about 7 blocks they've got today.
Yeah, not many teams that we've seen Trenton go against have a height advantage over them. Montgomery is one of those teams.
Yeah, well.
There it is. Ramos banked it off the back of a defender. And then they call a foul on the floor.
When you're going against a team with a couple 6'4s, a 6'5, a 6'9, that's big.
Inside, it's Caleb Smith, and a beautiful job to find him by Ramos. And now Smith into double figures. We've got 6 different players in double figures now, 3 on each side. Sanchez, Ingram, Smith for Trenton, Benedict, Lynn, or I should say Lynn, Szymborski, Kamara for Montgomery. And now a chance the other way for the Tornadoes. Sanchez pulls up, splash. 55-48 with 5 minutes to go here in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, Trenton needs to build a little momentum.
And there you go, they force the steal. Sanchez to the cup, counted and one.
Well, that's it. Now you're seeing Trenton High basketball.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Fish. Classic tornado hoops right there.
A quick bucket, smack on the press, slap on the press, get another quick bucket, and a chance for a 3-point play.
Sanchez has the deficit to 4 in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, and he had to get involved. And now they got that press on again.
And they got the crowd on the bench completely involved.
Well,
this time they break it. Kamara somehow got it over Caleb Smith and got it to drop through. And then a travel as Trenton was trying to go the other way.
Well, you got to give credit to Montgomery. Trenton was swarming. They managed to get that long pass down. Kamara, like you said, that's not easy getting over Smith. And then he got it to bounce around, and in it went.
Temperature rising here inside the Cougar Den. Nobody's happy with the official right now. I think Montgomery wanted a technical foul. Trenton didn't like the travel, and that's how you know the officials are doing a good job, when nobody's in agreement with them.
Yeah, because you're never going to get everybody in agreement with them. So nobody in agreement is about the best you're going to get.
They've called this game tight, but it's certainly been even.
Yeah, I would say.
Szymborski discards Sanchez. And now he's going to make a trip to the line as he was looking for an and one.
Boy, that kid has a way of getting people to move to commit, and he just holds on and then goes back up.
That's the 4th foul against Caleb Smith. As he picks up 2 kind of in rapid succession.
Yeah, and that's not good.
Szymborski now with 12. Mention how Ethan Lynn, he broke the school's record for scoring, a record that had stood for 50 years. If Mike Szymborski has anything to say about that, this next record's going to stand for 2, because Szymborski now 657 career points as a sophomore. He's actually on pace to break the record held by Ethan Lynn. And you can make that 658 points as he goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Yeah, he's had what feels like a quiet game, but he's got 13. You know, just consistent scoring throughout the game.
Ingram accelerates, no. Offensive rebound, Smith, and he gets fouled.
That's what they need.
It's a chance to get points with the clock frozen now for Caleb Smith and the Tornadoes. Smith, a 57% free throw shooter. He's got 11 in this game.
Trenton killing themselves now.
Yeah, if Trenton can't come back and win this one, the missed free throws are going to be what everybody's nightmares are about tonight.
Well, that and probably the rebounding.
Seen Montgomery, except for that little spurt a moment ago, they've just been real confident and have had no trouble breaking the press. Kamara missed the layup. Trenton a chance to get it back to a 2-score game. Ingram gets fouled.
Ingram says, as long as I'm in the game, I might as well do something.
And Trenton's a physical team. We've seen that all season long. This is probably the most physical game that I've seen Trenton play. Just between what they've been doing on the glass and underneath getting to the line, and then what Montgomery has really matched them with.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. I mean, you know, Montgomery is, match the physicality. They're giving it right back to him. They're not intimidated by it whatsoever.
Ingram's got 17 points.
I mean,
and 0 for 2 at the line. The free throw woes continue for Ave Ingram.
I mean, this Montgomery team is good, but it's also tough. And toughness is going to be big in the state tournament. Ramos on that foul.
Yeah, it's starting to become a point now where any contact made in the paint is going to get called. And again, right, it's been even for both sides. But if I'm Montgomery and Trenton as well, especially trying to make this comeback, probably going to be better served to just try to drive the basketball, because you know you're at least going to end up at the free throw line if you could draw just a little bit of contact.
Right. At least you would think so.
The other side of the coin is we haven't seen Trenton taking as many threes in this game. Do they try to get Juan Sanchez going again here in the fourth quarter? We're going to get a timeout called by Montgomery. They've opened this lead back up to 10 with 3:47 to go. And I'll let you know that celebrating 50 years of business and supporting your community is Haldeman Ford, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They've got it all, new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus work-ready trucks, and a great variety of EV vehicles. Haldeman Ford here yesterday, here today, here tomorrow, celebrating their 50th year in business. Don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian, or online at Trentonian.com. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. And Mayor Reed Gashiora of the city of Trenton would like to welcome all students back to school and wish them the best of luck this school term, and wish the Tornadoes the best of luck on the court.
I'm missing a point, buddy. Read me your Montgomery points.
All right, we'll get this settled out. I've got Benedict at 7 right now. There's 5'5" junior. Ethan Lynn, 24. Xavier Harrigan with just 1. Mike Zimborski, 13. And James Kamara with 13. And then Malvarapu's got 3.
Yeah, that's what I have. Why? To me, that only adds up to 6. That's 10 points in the quarter. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It was 51-43 after 3 quarters, right?
Yeah, we both have them counted up for 61. The scoreboard here shows 62.
Yeah.
I think they gave him an extra point because it was 59-52, and then Ethan Lynn shot those 2 free throws.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's where the officials are currently over at the scores table trying to get that figured out.
All right.
The scoreboard here reads 62-52, but I believe the actual score is 61-52.
Yeah, well, we both have it that way. We have 61.
Yeah, Daryl Young's now asking us what we've got, and we both told him 61.
Well, they're not going to come to us. I mean, we're not.
They should, though. We're doing the math over here.
Well,
we're multitasking.
Yeah.
If they knew a Mercer County Hall of Famer was in the building, I'm sure they would be quick to come over to our table.
Oh, no doubt.
And now they've got it corrected, 61-52. So it's still a 3-possession game.
You cannot go to other people. You have to go to the people doing the book. I mean, we could have 61, but if the book had 62, that's what they would go with. I don't mind that. I don't want the pressure.
You've got enough pressure to deal with.
Just working with you.
Yeah.
Living in your shadow.
It's funny. That's what I tell everybody about how when I work with you. 3:38 to go. Trenton in need of a spurt to keep their season alive. English Fulton can't start it right there. Smith, another offensive board. He's been a beast on the glass. Sanchez, who had a pair of threes in the second quarter, nothing since. Ingram, no-look dime. Ramos shovels, English Fulton, no. Smith, third chance. They battle. It's deflected. It's taken by Szymborski. Lynn on a run out. Can't lay it in.
Yeah, that was a tough shot for Lynn to try to take.
Wouldn't quite have been a dagger, but would have been a huge bucket nonetheless. And English Fulton's gone cold here in quarter number 3. Second opportunity, though, for Trenton. Ramos to Sanchez. He's open. Bingo! Timeout Trenton. Big time shot from Sanchez. The deficit is down to 6.
Yeah, 2 possessions now.
61-55, 2:46 to play in the quarterfinals. We'll step aside. Back after this on WBCB.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
A trip to the Central Jersey Group 4 semifinals on the line in the final 2:46 of this one. Montgomery, the number 3 seed, leading 6th-seeded Trenton 61-55. Juan Sanchez with a big 3 before we went to break to cut the deficit back down to 6 points. They set up this press. Szymborski might have got away with a walk, but it doesn't matter. Sanchez has the steal. Sanchez, head fake to the cup. No. Rebound into the hands of Szymborski.
Oh, big opportunity for the Tornadoes there. Big opportunity.
Man, Kamara might have just got away with a walk on the other end as he was resetting this play. 2:20 to go. Kamara by English Fulton around out the other side. Szymborski, easy layup.
Seeing it again. Getting to the cup.
Ingram, who scored his 1,000th career point earlier in this one. He scored just 2 points since then. Ramos, air ball. And Montgomery will get possession back. Trenton's arguing that it was deflected.
Trenton, all of them jumped up right away and said that ball was tipped.
By the way, the winner of this game is going to play the number 2 seed Marlboro. They take down Sayreville by 10. Lynn, wow. Just threw it at the glass. And that's about the way it's going for Ethan Lynn. He's got 26.
You know, some guys you would say, well, he got lucky, but I don't know. Watching Ethan Lynn, he probably practices a shot like that.
Tornadoes need to get red hot right now in the final minute 24.
Yeah, they were at 6 and had the ball. Couldn't come up with a layup, and now 10.
English Fulton thought about the 3, instead opts for the drive and pushes it in. Timeout called by Daryl Young. And so Jadon English Fulton up to 8 now. Trenton was getting some of the stops and maybe getting a little lucky on the defensive end as well, but weren't able to capitalize. And now find themselves down by 8 with a minute 13 to go. And Fish, you got to believe this is just going to be business as usual for the Tornadoes. Try to set up this press and force turnovers.
That's their hope. That's their only hope now. They got to get turnovers on the press, turn it into quick buckets, score, and be able to set up the press again right after they score. I mean, you gotta hit them with a blitzkrieg now. You're down 8 with a minute 13 to go. You let them break that press and get a layup or run time off the clock, and you're in trouble. Hey, Sanchez with 8 points in this quarter, 8 of his 18 in this quarter. But Trenton 17 for 26 from the line. Missing 9 free throws. Montgomery 19 for 24.
Nine missed free throws in an 8-point game is certainly the glaring stat.
Yeah, now, of course, you don't expect a team to make every single free throw, but even if you made 4 of those 9, 5 of those 9, now you're looking at an entirely different game. Well, here's the press.
Kamara breaks it easily for Montgomery. Let's see if Trenton fouls now.
Well, that's not the guy you want to foul.
Trenton does have 1 to give.
They got a foul.
Lynn got around Ingram and then got fouled on his way up.
Jeez. You want to foul, but you don't want to give him 2 shots.
And Ethan Lynn is dangerously close now to his season high. His season high 29, he's got 26. The career high is 31, and if he finds himself to the free throw line a lot in these final 54 seconds, something tells me that 31 might be in jeopardy. Montgomery in this Central Jersey Group 4 championship pedigree. The reigning back-to-back sectional title winners. Looking to get to within 2 games of making it a three-peat. Lynn goes 1 for 2. It's still a 3-score game. English Fulton dribbles through a couple of double teams and then got denied. Man, he do all that work, and then 6'9" Malavarapu says no.
And Lynn headed to the basket, brought it back out. He's just going to say, come and get me.
Trenton's got a foul, and they do. Jaharis Ramos commits it, and Montgomery's starting to sense it now as they're looking for a date with Marlboro on Tuesday.
Yeah, that'll... Trying to think who we have left now in Mercer County. We got what? Hopewell, Lawrence, Ewing, Thrive for the boys. Ewing and Steiner. Who else for the girls? I'm not really sure. Are you?
I think I'm just going to defer to you as the Hall of Famer here. As Ethan Lynn has now tied his season high with 29 points. The lead is 11. Trenton slowing it down, maybe waving the white flag.
I think Princeton might still be alive. I'm not sure.
This is Ave Ingram laying it home. But Princeton, the boys in the boys bracket at least, they fell to Marlboro.
I'm talking about the girls.
We'll get a timeout. 23 seconds, all that's left. Trenton hoping for a miracle when we come back on WBCB.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. 1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBSports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
Back here from Montgomery, the Cougars on top 68-59, 23 seconds to go here in the quarterfinals. And for Montgomery, it's just about valuing the basketball and making your free throws as they get it into Lynn. He gets fouled by Ave Ingram, and Ethan Lynn's going to go to the line now, and he's going to have a chance for 30.
Well, very, very good player, no doubt about that. Yes, Princeton is alive. Princeton is not alive. They lost to Hillsborough today. So they are out for the girls.
Ethan Lynn now a chance to tie his career high at the line. And give him 31 for the Penn commit. 70-59, Montgomery on top.
Well, you look at this Trenton season, and it was a good season. I mean, these guys, they struggled as freshmen. They came up, won the Colonial Valley Conference tournament, won 20 games, 21 games, Good season. They just came up against a team that is, they're going to threaten again for that Central Jersey title. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, certainly accomplished a lot of their preseason goals, did the Tornadoes. But for the second consecutive year, will fall short here in the Central Jersey Group 4 quarterfinals. Last year it was to West Windsor North. This year to Montgomery, as the Cougars are going to get some revenge on Trenton for those 5 wins back in the 2010s in this tournament.
Yep. Well, Trenton was a pleasure to coach this year. Enjoyed our broadcast.
Yeah, if you were coaching them, Fish, they would not have got to 21 wins.
That record would be 7-22, 8-22.
Montgomery, they're going to get to the Central Jersey Group 4 semifinals as they are now 2 wins away from a sectional three-peat. They take this one 70-60. Our player of the game, it's going to be Ethan Lynn, 31 points, tying a career high for him. We'll have that interview on our YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook channels shortly following the conclusion of this broadcast. Today's game on WBCB has been brought to you by the Capital Health System, Team Toyota, the Revere Restaurant, Kessel Dermatology, the New Jersey Education Association, the Capital Area YMCA, the City of Trenton, the Trentonian, the Trenton Thunder, Hyundai of Trenton, Morrisville Chiropractic, and Haldeman Ford. One final time now for this Trenton season. Here from Montgomery, for my broadcast partner, Rich Fisher, for Brianne O'Neill, who produced today's stream, and for Gus the Bus Barber, who did the camera work, my name's Jordan Hirsch, saying thank you for watching. Make sure you keep it locked to WBCB all tournament season long, as well as continuing coverage of all Mercer County programs. And for now, we'll say thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your weekend, everybody.